what we've been doing in the last 12 months is to actually investigate what the options are to transform the business to a more sustainable business. We've said a number of times before, it's significant investments, and these decisions that we take as decisions that will live with us for the next 50 years. So it's important to make the right decisions. I think what we have also heard from the community is that the communication in terms of where we are and what we're doing, we can improve on that, and that is the intention. And for that reason, we've decided to bring out this brochure that will be sent out to every household in the community. In this brochure, we are stating what are the things that we've already achieved, as well as what are the stuff that's in front of us. The brochure will be distributed through letterbox drops to every single household. We're in the process of doing that. There will also be a number of the brochures available in central spots in the community, like for instance in the library and other places. So it will be freely available in the community. What we tend to sort of focus on is the transformation of the steelworks. But I think we've also been very active in a number of other spaces. For instance, in the renewable energy space, there's a fair amount of work that's happening at the port, and there's also a lot of work happening at the mining sites. So all of these things is actively pursued, and there's good progress on all of those areas. The one that I think the community is really keen on is to understand what is it that we're going to do to transform the steelworks, and that's the one that we're actively busy with. But unfortunately, I think the community, there's an expectation in the community that we actually should start building stuff. But as I said before, there's a fair amount of work that we have to do to make sure that we make the right decisions. Part of what we should be doing is to take the community with us on the journey. And make sure that they understand where we are, and also to celebrate the successes and the progress that we are making. I think up till now we've been very active in trying to understand what we should be doing, and in that process we've actually not communicated as well as what we should. I think there's an expectation from the community, which I think is a fair expectation, and we are going to step up now and make sure that we communicate enough to the community in terms of where we are, so that there's a realistic expectation from the community in terms of what are the next steps.
We brought the team on board in the first quarter of this year, and they've actively now started to do the engineering work. So we're at a point where I think the definition of the projects, we're starting to understand what we're actually wanting to do with the business. Essentially, we're trying to develop the project detail sufficiently that we can actually place contract on contractors and get the contractors onto site and start building. The difficulty is we shouldn't underestimate the challenge in front of the business. It's an old asset, it needs to be rejuvenated, and it's sitting in a difficult spot. A lot of the materials that we deal with is not that easy to work with, so we need to find unique solutions. And in this context, it's quite tricky. You know, the team has been stretched to try to find unique and good solutions that will actually solve the problems that Whyalla Steelworks is faced with. So, really a great team. We've got great engagement with the business. We've got great engagement with OEMs. And we believe that we are going to find and build a unique steelworks here that will make Whyalla a special place in the international steel community. Even in the fastest of projects, you'll take 2 to 3 years to build a plant, and that's been done in places like China. In Australia, where we have to make sure that we do meet regulatory approvals, we have to take a little bit longer, so it takes up to 3 to 4 years before we can actually commission the plant. So I know the people they want to see progress, but we have to step through things to make sure that the plant is safe, it's environmentally friendly, it hits the spot, it's sustainable for the long term.